some stuff here. Watching Tinny, actually, Mini Bull Design. I remember him talking about a dish called Cous Cous. I had honestly never heard of it. I saw this. I was literally at Target today and saw Cous Cous. And this is basically, comes in as prepackaged inside here. Has a little packet of seasoning. I'm sure you can buy this stuff in bulk, just plain, and season it yourself. I'm sure it's much less expensive, but anyhow, I thought I'd give it a try. So I'm going to actually cook up two things here. We're going to try this on the first burner, like some good old ramen noodle on the back one there. So what we need is a cup and 1/4 of water, which I already have ready here in this little pot here. Bring it to a boil. Looks like we pour the Cous Cous in, mix it with the packet, and then you let it stand for 7 minutes. So at that point, I'll probably take it and put it into the Ziploc container. Of course, another idea from Tinny. I know a lot of people put these in like a cozy. I've heard, good and bad about those. I don't know if I need one yet. I'm pretty new at this, so I'm going to try it without one for this first one, and we'll give it a shot. Also, part of this, it calls for some butter or margarine. So I'm going to use what's called ghee. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Basically, it's butter that, I'm not an expert at this, basically the milk product has been removed, so you don't have to refrigerate it. So this is some stuff we made up. You just take some butter or margarine, put it on the stove, cook it up real slow, and then you can actually spoon off the kind of the milk product that floats to the top and the bottom. So let's get going, lighting these stoves here. Basically what we do is, instead of a wick, I use a primer pan. Down in there, and I got this little bottle I use is a 3-ounce bottle, and these I have it marked at 1 ounce a piece because I burn exactly 1 ounce in there. So I put just a little bit in this primer pan, and then we flip it over and we squeeze it in until I hit the ounce mark, and then I know I have 1 ounce in there. Getting pretty close, right about there is good. And then we light the whole thing. The reason you have a primer on there is you have to heat up the outside of the stove. So that's lit. We'll light the center. And it's going to be really hard to see because there's quite a bit of light out here yet. I'm actually out on my deck playing around. But that's going to get going here. And you can probably see it a little bit when we get it fired up here. I'll get back at you. Well, guys, we're real close to a boil on both of these here. I got my ramen noodle ready. That's already just in one of the Ziploc containers. I also have my Cous Cous ready, and this is kind of it's hard to describe. It's very tiny and really hard. I don't know if it's like a grain. It is a bit hard to describe, but basically we got our we got a boil here in our pot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to put it right in my container here. What I'll do is I'll slide this stove over, put my container up here, and we'll pour the hot water right in there. Okay. Camera set here, right? Alright, so now there's a flavor pack we got to put in there as well. We'll put that right in. And then, of course, it calls for a tablespoon of margarine. We're going to put in this ghee. And it's a little bit chunky now because you don't have to refrigerate this, but I actually did have it in the refrigerator. I don't know why I did that, but okay, so now we can go ahead and stir all this up. And the directions say that this is supposed to sit for 7 minutes. So I'll get it good and stirred up. We'll go ahead and then put the lid on it. Get that pretty good and stirred up. Got my ramen my stove is just going out. I got a good boil on there. We'll do the same thing here. We'll take our water, pour it right in over them ramen. Look at that. That's nice. Okay. Okay, you can get them. We'll just take this right away and just put the top right on it. We'll let that sit, come back to it. I'm going to put the top on this Cous Cous here, and we'll get back to you in a couple minutes and we'll see what everything looks like. Alright guys, it's been about 7 minutes. I know the ramen doesn't need anywhere near that long. We'll check that here. Got the noodles, look great. Now there's a few different ways you can do this. At this point, if you like just the noodles, you can drain it off. Me personally, I like to leave the water in there, kind of make a soup out of it, kind of get a broth. I think it's just a lot more filling. This that I'm putting in is actually about half a packet. Generally, I only use half a packet just because there's so much salt in there that, and the stuff is so potent that if you even try putting a half a packet in, it's plenty strong. You really don't need the whole thing. So basically, you get that all situated and stir it up, and that's pretty much ready to go right there. You know, tastes great. We'll take a look at the Cous Cous here. Now this fluffed up quite a bit. It really added some body to it and soaked up that water. It says in the directions that you're supposed to kind of fluff it before serving it. And honestly, if this is a part of another course, or if you're having more, I don't think you need the whole pack. You'd really need about half. I mean, this thing weighs a lot. There's a lot there. So I think for this purposes, out in the trail, I'd probably eat it right out of here. But I'm going to throw some right in this little plate here. And it says right on the package that it goes great with chicken. So what I did was I grabbed some of this just ready-made chicken. I think you normally probably wouldn't take this because of the amount of weight it has, but I'm sure you can dehydrate chicken. I've never looked into it. I know I've seen Tinny do it with hamburger. So I'm going to take some of this here, put it on there. And I'm sure you can take chicken and dehydrate it. So then what you do is you probably put that right in the pot right away when you have the water boiling to rehydrate that. Well, let's mix this all up and take a look at what it is. Let's see here. Again, as a reminder, this is it's called roasted chicken and vegetable couscous. Here we got a light coming on here. Let's see what it tastes like. Wow, it's pretty good. The salt packet is very strong. Just like the ramen, there's a lot of salt in there. It's a great taste. I think if I made this again, I'd probably use half the packet to make it, and add that chicken in there. Oh, it tastes great. As far as texture, it is well, it's hard to describe. It's not really like rice. It's you do kind of tell that it's got kind of a little bumpy texture to it, but this is the first time I'd say I'd have it, and I'd eat it again. It's really good, and I think it'd be a great trail food. So this is Kitzmeister. Thanks for watching. God bless.
I was young, sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely.